Can you break down the arguments on both sides here and what they used to support those during this trial?
Sure. Yes, the prosecution is going to be arguing. Well, one of the things you see them arguing is that the amount of force that Carmelo Anthony used was disproportionate, given that the victim, Mr. Metcalf, just shoved Carmelo Anthony, and then there was a stab with a knife, and then he ran away, and that happened very quickly, and that is really the crux of the prosecution's case. On the other side, the defendant is saying it's one stab. Or I should say the defense is saying this. The defendant said nothing, but it's one stab. He dropped the knife and he ran away. And those facts can work both for and against the prosecution and the defense. But when you keep in mind that it's the prosecution that has the burden of proof, Texas is kind of an outlier on this. The burden is on the defendant just to raise the issue, and then the burden runs back to the prosecution to disprove beyond a reasonable doubt the use of self-defense being necessary. And so this is an unusual burden, and the burden does favor the defendant. And so we are seeing that all of the surrounding circumstances are being argued in the light most favorable to either side, given the relative arguers. But I will tell you this, leaving the knife at the scene, running away, having this happen quickly, the prosecution's going to argue that it happened so quickly, this is just disproportionate, and clearly it was a murder. But the defense is going to argue it happened so quickly, he didn't have time to learn to dislike this person. He didn't know him. There was nothing else, no other surrounding circumstances leading to any kind of dispassionate desire to bring about the death of this other human being. And so that is a very high standard. And for that to come out so quickly, it really does kind of give rise to a lesser included offense, which is manslaughter or potentially self defense.